Hey, welcome to Edgy Blades. I'm Edgy. These are my knives. I buy them myself, give my honest take on them. And what I have for you today, aside from my dog yapping in the background from probably a squirrel outside, is the Ganzo Adimanti Samson. And this is a very, very cool knife that came out about 2 years ago from Ganzo. And it has this really, really cool dagger type blade with these like cross guard tabs here, and it's really just it's a solid knife. It really feels great in the hand, and like any Ganzo, it is razor sharp. And this is overall we're looking at 8.35 inches. The blade is 3.70 inches, and the blade thickness is 0.138. Again, this is D2, and there's a really nice satin finish to this one. And this is a Samson design, hence the name. The HRC is 59 to 61, which has been proven by Ganzo to offer that. They do a good job on their heat treatment as well as their sharpening. The handle is 4.65 inches with a over half inch 0.60 of an inch. And it is a very, very decent 5.75 ounces because it's just not like overly heavy, but that extra weight just gives it a more solid feel. And it does have full stainless steel liners, excellent lockup, ceramic ball bearing action, and a right side tip up only carry. And what's really cool about this pocket clip is in its design is it looks just like the blade. So I think that's pretty cool. You have this kind of grayed bolster here, and that's on both sides, as well as so is the blood groove. The knife has a false edge up into this point. It just makes penetration easier. And yeah, it's a winner. It's got great action to it. The flipping on it is super. I mean, it just fires out every time, no problem. And I wear an extra large size glove, and it's got a great feel to it. These tabs are not uncomfortable, or I should say this cross guard is not uncomfortable. And it's just a really good looking knife. And even though it's a dagger, it is, like I said, a sharp one. So, yeah. Now, granted, you probably, I don't know, it's very easy to touch up for their D2, their edge, and so forth. And I wouldn't recommend sharpening this here, but I mean, that's your decision. But these were originally a little more expensive than what they're being offered for now, which is the reason why I've come around to get this and also suggest it for you if it's something that you might be looking for. It's very comfortable in reverse grip too. But yeah, it's a solid knife. It does not feel flimsy whatsoever. It's got really nice, decent G10 like checkered pattern on there. Got plenty of access to the liner lock, and yeah, it just falls shut from that bearing action. This does come in different colors. This here is, of course, the black, which is the Samson BK. You also have the orange and Samson OR, Samson GR for green, Samson BL for blue. I, for the longest time, wanted this one. But for the longest time also, you could only like get orange or blue because, I mean, these were selling out like very, very fast. And I was like, yeah, tempted to just get one of the other colors and just dye it. But I did have the other one in mind, which is the green one. And I really like this green one. Now, one of the things that I did with this, of course, I like to modify my knives. And what I did was I did Dremel off one of those cross guards. And the reason I did that is two reasons, really. one, I think it looks really cool. Still have the access of, or the ability to use this tab quite nicely, but you also have the place to put your thumb that's past that, what the cross guard would let you do. And it's just much more comfortable. I think it gives it a more sleeker look, but hey man, you do what you want to do. I like to mod my knives, and I think this looks pretty cool. And yeah, it's still got that stopping point there for your hand with having that tab there. But yeah, it's a beautiful knife, and it's quite a user. I wasn't sure how nice it was going to be for use as, you know, in this type of design of a dagger. But again, Ganzos are razor sharp, and this is a beautiful satin finish they put on this. And it is hair popping sharp. I do like that they don't use a bold black type of print for their brand name on there, as well as for the other side. So it's kind of like not overbearing, you know, of billboarding the beauty of the blade itself. But great knife. Now, right now, you can get this, of course, from White Mountain Knives, as I like to plug them because I use them quite a bit, because you get the free shipping. You can use my code of NCN to get 10% off of it. This one here, as well as the brown, blue, and orange, come in at $61.99. So with the 10%, that's $55.79. However, comma space, you can get these same knives, all of them, on Amazon with next day shipping and free shipping. Next day's estimated arrival time right now for $49.95. And they have it, get it while you can, they have it with a 10% discount code, little block you can check for when you check out. You can get this knife for $44.95. And considering this was going for like $70 or something, like when they first came out, I'd say now's the time to get it. And that's why I like getting knives that, you know, I just had in my sights or my wish list for a long time, that just were a little high for the time for price that I considered wanting to spend on for getting it. Waited out, and this is of course, a very, very good knife of theirs that is a great seller, and it's a great knife. I mean, it is super solid. I mean, you just, with that checkered pattern, you've got just enough grip on there, and it's got a nice solid feel. Yes, you do have the option of putting a lanyard on the very bottom. I do like that they didn't drill a hole out there. I also kind of like this subdued gray bolster and end piece here that they did, just like the clip. All right, now about the clip. The one thing I don't like about this knife that they did was they went cold steel and made it so tough to get that clip out. I mean, it's just not budging. It's steel, and there's no spring to it. What I do recommend is that you get yourself a T6 Torque screwdriver. You can get them very cheap. You can get them on Amazon or whatever. Take this clip off and file down that lip. What I like to do, actually, because I have it, is the Worksharp sanding belt that I just grinded it. And I did that with this one here. Now I've got plenty of access. I mean, you could also go the method of taking the clip off and sanding this down, but I'm not really messing with the aesthetics of this knife if I do it this way. And I just kind of just grinded it down so I have plenty of access from the pocket. Speaking of pockets, one thing I will say also that's very cool if you do decide to keep both of those right there, is that you can use this knife, again, this is right side tip up only, so righties, you have this in your pocket. This other guard here does work off of the pocket lip like an Emerson wave, or wave opening, I should say, to just flick it out right from your pocket. And what was said like 2 years ago, and I kind of stand by it, from Neve's Knives when he did the review of this originally. This is faster than a switchblade coming out that way. I mean, it's just, there it is, bam. But, I mean, if you don't want to go that route, you've got some great action, because you do have ceramic ball bearing action that's from these knives. And yes, they are from China, like about 80% of other knives, but I mean, you are getting a great knife. They make exceptional quality knives for the price point, and this one here, no exception. It's an awesome knife. I think it's very tactical, but also practical. You can use this, you know, it's a great everyday carry, but it's also a, I would say, a pretty super defensive option for a knife, because it's got a extremely strong and sharp point tip, and you can use it if you had to, God forbid, in that aspect. Again, it is very comfortable in a reverse grip, and it really is just a super knife. And for those price points, depending on where you want to get it from, it's really, now's the time to get them. Because, of course, they'll want to clean out their stock, maybe come out with new stuff, since it's, you know, it's a 2-year-old knife. But I gotta say, this is probably one of their best sellers, probably. And I know for the longest time I wanted to get the black version, but you could only get this at the time, like in blue or orange. And I was this close to just getting one of those and dyeing it black with Rit dye. But I did get this one. I did get the green one first, and I used that one for work because it goes well with my uniform. And yeah, it's just a super knife. I really dig it. This is actually my son's favorite knife out of my whole collection because of that awesome design. It just has a really old school type of look to it, like a dagger, but it's a pretty awesome knife, I gotta say. And again, with that weight of 5.75 ounces, it does not feel like a pocket anchor, but it's more just, it gives it that really nice solid feel, and you really feel it with that neutral grip that is kind of got like a contouring right there. It's very, very comfortable. And but I do, and you still can use this here, you know, if you want to do like a power assist, kind of like push cut or so forth. But yeah, very awesome knife. Very, very comfortable, and totally digging it. It's just really a nice one, and it's a beauty. Let's get one last look at it. A little close up there of this one. It's not really a finger magnet for fingerprints, but it does have a really nice satin finish to it. And yeah, this is a really, really sweet one. Definitely my favorite of the Ganzo line, and I have several of theirs, and I can't recommend them enough for the price point and the quality that you're getting. But yeah, it's a super one, and you want to go mod yours to be just a little more using of like so forth, and just honestly, just you're going to not get any further thrusting with or without that guard, but it just does give it a much more, in my preference, a cooler look. But in my son's preference, you can keep it like that. You know, whatever you want to do. These are great knives. They're great priced, great quality, and they are super sharp. Get them while you can, and that's about it. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, or even if you didn't, I mean, thumbs up, thumbs down, it helps out. And most especially, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if you got one or want to get one, or that you appreciate the tidbit on the discount code. It's all good. But especially it would mean so much if you would subscribe, because I am a little channel, but at least it lets me know that this is worthwhile, that I am doing this for you. And that's pretty much it. I'm not getting anything out of this. I'm not getting free knives sent to me. This is from my collection, from my knife addiction, and just my take on what I'm buying, and maybe something that you want to get another look at, and or different perspective of. So there you go. I'm Edgy Blades. Like, comment, and subscribe. Much appreciated. See you guys in the next one. Take care.